at a Marta police station. So again, a man killed at an Atlanta Marta station, I should say. This deadly stabbing happening during the morning rush. A spokesperson for Marta saying that Marta police took someone into custody for what they are calling a deadly stabbing that happened inside at the northbound platform. The stabbing happened around 8 o'clock this morning. Rail service had to be interrupted for about an hour, the busy station being reduced to just a single track, while Marta police investigated and cleaned up the crime scene. We did speak with people who regularly travel through Five Points on the train. They were pretty disturbed by all this. Let's listen.
It doesn't surprise me, but I do think it's senseless. And I think that we should be able to ride on public transportation without the harm or the threat of being harmed.
And, you know, we're actually speaking.
It doesn't surprise me, but I do think it's senseless.
A live report from my colleague Amanda Rose in our afternoon shows about the safety protocols, and of course, you know, we're always streaming here on Atlanta News First Plus. But again, there will be some new safety protocols that will be under consideration. We're going to hear more from Marta Police about that. Another major story that we have been following as well: the remembrances for a fallen Coweta County deputy. Really a somber day, as family, friends, and brothers and sisters in blue say their final goodbyes to fallen Coweta County Deputy Eric Minix. Deputy Minix was killed last week while trying to make an arrest across state lines. His funeral happening in Sharpsburg, just about 40 minutes southwest of Atlanta, at Crossroads Church there. Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer has more.
Tom Miller didn't know fallen deputy Eric Minix personally, but he still feels connected to him in a lot of ways. He has a son who was a sheriff's deputy in Colorado.
He's a sergeant. He's SWAT. He's one of 3,000 FBI trained bomb techs in the nation.
He and his wife Mary felt it was their duty to line up to pay their respects.
I've ridden with my son. Most people don't have any understanding what these guys go through.
Where would we be without the people that keep us safe every day?
The Coweta County deputy died last week while trying to arrest a person in a suspected stolen car. He was struck by a Lynette, Alabama police cruiser, and police say that officer was placed on leave and the suspect arrested. The funeral service was held at Crossroads Church in Sharpsburg, where officers across the state showed up in numbers.
It's life and death, and I think that, you know, what people don't realize is that these young men and women are working so hard to try to keep their communities safe and to keep people, you know, help people to understand that the police are there for them.
Holly Apple was working right along the procession route, and she says she used to work with the deputy's sister.
She did speak highly of him, super nice guy, and we're just proud that, you know, he was one of our residents.
Minix leaves behind a wife and 3 children, all who the community has already begun rallying around to support.
Thanks for the support.
It really just warms my heart to see this solidarity that you don't hear about much in the news.
And I just want to point you to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. You know, one of our top stories here on our homepage. If you'd like to learn a bit more about the life of this fallen Coweta County Deputy Eric Minix, you know, we have a link to some of that information on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, including how you can pay your respects as well and support his family. All right, look, want to get to some other breaking news that we are following right now, and this concerns the former President Donald Trump and his indictments here in Georgia for alleged election meddling. So his attorneys have filed brand new motions to dismiss his Georgia indictments. And, you know, of course, they filed motions to dismiss in the past, and we've been reporting them to you here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. But this could potentially impact the start date for Mr. Trump's trial here in Georgia. That's what we are watching for. So there were 4 different motions filed today by Mr. Trump's legal team, all of them really seeking to do slightly different things here. What they all have in common is the possibility of a severe delay for the trial, if the judge allows the request in those 2 filings to play out in court. It could delay the start of this trial until well after the August date that prosecutor, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis had wanted. It could potentially mean a delay until after the 2024 election, so something that we are going to be following very closely. And one of the grounds alleges essentially double jeopardy. We've heard the other motions to dismiss, citing First Amendment issues, but we have been following the latest and been in touch with the Georgia attorney for the former president, Steve Sadow, and we'll get you up to date with all the developments there. And again, just want to point you to our reporting on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, because if you click on the news tab, we have numerous tabs here, including the Trump investigation. And if you click here on the Trump investigation, you will be able to see all of our stories, on this matter, because it's very complex, right? And there have been so many updates. So this way you can kind of keep everything straight. Okay, let's get you to this other breaking news into our newsroom. Overnight, Falcons head coach Arthur Smith is out. So Smith was fired just hours after the Falcons lost to the New Orleans Saints, contributing to another losing season and another year missing the playoffs. Smith had been the head coach since 2021, but after 3 straight 7-10 seasons, owner Arthur Blank apparently had seen enough. The Falcons organization says that the search for a new coach will begin immediately. Some reaction from players before learning of this news. Let's listen.
He's always laid the foundation for me, and he never really took it easy on me because taking it easy it doesn't help you in life in this league.
Art, is somebody that is a true leader. There's multiple questions from week 5 until week 18, and Art was the same guy in the meeting rooms. He challenged people like I've never seen a coach challenge people.
And, Falcons owner Arthur Blank did release a statement saying in part, quote, "Decisions like this are never easy. The results on the field have not met our expectations." So, they felt a change was needed. We'll keep following that, and the search for a new coach, again, underway. All right, let's talk about the YSL RICO trial underway again today. Testimony picked back up with Trontavia Stevens, who is a former co-defendant. Remember, court was dark on Friday. And we last heard from Trontavia Stevens Thursday, taking the stand. And if you remember, he had accepted a plea deal before the trial began, turned state's witness, and has really been an important part of the prosecution's case now. He testified that he and Young Thug, real name Jeffrey Williams, who you see here in this shot, co-founded the YSL street gang. YSL alleged to stand for Young Slime Life Street Gang. Obviously, defense attorneys claim this is not a gang. This is a record label. It stands for Young Stoner Life. That's what YSL stands for. So this is really key evidence, this testimony from Trontavia Stevens. Let me just show you a live look here inside the courtroom, and we're just showing the courtroom seal because court is on a lunch recess right now, so you're not missing anything. But I want to encourage you, if you're interested in this trial, check out our secondary stream, our special events stream on Atlanta News First Plus, because that is where we are streaming gavel-to-gavel coverage, so you're not going to miss a thing. And this trial, again, this is a key witness that we have been hearing from. Trontavia Stevens, who has been on the stand today. And again, he is a co-defendant. He was a co-defendant, pled out, and now turned state witness against Jeffrey Williams. So this is some really key testimony, and we're going to be following this gavel to gavel. But thanks so much for joining us. Also check out on atlantanewsfirst.com. We have a host of stories on this trial, and I just want to point you in that direction so that you know how to find it. But if you go on atlantanewsfirst.com, you click on the news tab, and then it will direct you to some different options, including Young Thug Trial right here. And there you can watch the live coverage. You can look at some of the other stories that we've been following surrounding this trial because they're constantly updates, and it is hard to keep track. And one of the things that we have been following is the various fashion statements that Mr. Williams appears to be making. That's been, capturing a lot of interest. Even breaking down what are the charges against Young Thug, 10 questions and fascinating answers. So we've broken it all down on our page on the Young Thug trial, on the YSL trial, on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Everything from what does Thug stand for, according to Jeffrey Williams himself. So, all right, we encourage you to check that out. You can watch this anywhere you stream: Roku, Amazon, Apple Fire, the app as well, and our website. All right, thanks so much for being with us, and have a great day.